Yo champions, how you doing? Here to share some free game, and this is the 4 enemies, the uno, dos, tres, cuatro, ein, zwei, drei, vier enemies that's stopping you from being consistent. So your 4 enemies to consistency. And sometimes let's not even over spiritualize this thing. Sometimes you can be your very own enemy. And we're going to talk about what I believe the 4 enemies to you being consistent. You know, I've embarked on this journey for consistency for a while, and this is the real deal. And you know, I said to you, one of the videos, I don't know if it's out yet, but I spoke to you about motivation. Listen, let me even drop this for a sec. Motivation, we all love it. Like, it's that very thing at the start that hypes us, that gives us, you know, that spark, you know, to start things. However, motivation is just a feeling. You know, it doesn't actually get you to the end, and that's why a lot of the time you start things and you don't finish it. You know, I've worked with so many students, I've worked with athletes, I've worked with even adults, and almost all of them have struggled and have probably said to me that they always fall off. And when I hear that, it kind of makes me upset, man, because I know it's not. Sometimes it can be them, but it's not a matter of them being weak. It's just that they haven't implemented systems or necessarily identified the 4 things that are stopping them, the enemies. So we're going to talk about it a bit. So 4 enemies that's keeping you stuck. Four enemies of consistency. That's better. So enemy number 1 is your emotional discipline. What do I mean by that? Emotional discipline. Your emotional discipline. It's quite interesting. It's kind of ironic because discipline and emotions don't really work together. But this means that you only act when you feel motivated. Everything you do is based on motivation. But I just said there's always a crossbridge between being motivated and discipline. Discipline starts when you don't feel like doing what you need to do. So that's where your feelings completely stop. So that can be related to the gym. That can be related to journaling. That can be related to praying, to drinking 2 liters of water. And you're telling yourself that irrespective of how I'm feeling, I am going to get that work done. It's a key one. It's hard. It's for those that are spiritual, it's a form of dying to self. Number 2, poor structure. Poor structure. So this means you don't have a plan. If you want to achieve a goal, you need a plan. If you want to go to a certain destination, you're gonna have to find out the route in which you're gonna have to get there. You can't hope and expect to get there, because that's not a strategy. You have to create a system. That means having daily anchors where, you know, for example, you're checking in certain days, or you haven't even in reviews and you're checking in at the end of every single day. It's as I said to you, structure gives you a sense of direction. If you're here and you want to get here, the structure is that channel in between. Number 3, and I know I'm piercing your hearts when you're hearing this, but that's good. You've got a comfort addiction. This means you've got a comfort addiction. This means you're addicted to feeling comfortable. I'm going to lay it plain and straight. You can never grow, or you will never grow, if you don't do things that bring you outside your comfort zone. It's as simple as that. If you're addicted to feeling comfortable, you're always going to stay and be who you are. But champions, real champions, get comfortable with being uncomfortable because they know what's on the other side of that. Number 4, cuatro. Número, I don't even know, I'm gonna try. Isolation. This is a big one for the guys. If you're trying to do this thing alone, listen, I've tried it. It's not really worked. You're trying it. It's not really working for you either. You can't do this thing alone. Growth, one of the fundamentals of growth is community. You know, I say this all the time. For those of you that know me, I say, if you want to go somewhere faster, you go alone. But if you want to go somewhere further and stronger, you need the people around you. You need people who will challenge you, because your mind, you're always going to find excuses. You're always going to find things to stop you. You got to have the right people around you who won't entertain them excuses, who will kind of shut them excuses down, who will literally, like I just said, iron sharpens iron. Yeah, iron can only sharpen iron. You got to find people that will help you along this journey. So emotional discipline, number 1. Number 2, poor structure. Number 3, comfort addiction. Number 4, isolation. I've identified 4, enemies, and this is I'm going to give you a quick system to combat that. Number 1, lock in a non-negotiable. That could be 10 press ups a day. That could be drinking 2 liters of water. And as I said to you, the implementation of a habit isn't based on the size, but it's just based on the habit. As you implement the habit, it incrementally over time builds on. The second thing, track your wins. Write down the things that you do well. Stack the evidence that you do, essentially. Because once you track your wins, you're able to look back and be like, you know what? I've actually completed this. And that gives you even more motivation, but that shows you that you can. Number 3, find a circle, find a group, find a friend, find a coach that challenges you to never ever give up. That is the real that is when you actually find that the real transformation within yourself happens. When you show up even when people don't even applaud you. You understand that you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it for within. I hope that makes sense. I've got a real passion for consistency, man, because I feel like I've been there before where, I've started something and I've not finished, and it's not really a nice feeling, So if you're tired of starting over, if you're tired of, falling off, this is my personal call to you, where you have to consciously be ready for this. If you're ready to be consistent, for real, this is my personal invitation. This is your moment. This is your time to come and let's lock in. So, if you like the video, comment below. I'm committing to discipline. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content. And share this with someone that you feel like is struggling. Share this with someone that you feel like might need, that's falling off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Hope you enjoy the video. Peace. In the link below, in the description below, obviously, the community work, community challenges, and for accountability as well. So lock in with that. But yeah, man. I'll see you next time. Peace.